Hello, skipper. Hello, navigator. Half a minute to go. Okay.
Kia ora koutou, and welcome to Baboon Yodel. That was quite a short intro. Welcome to the podcast, your weekly podcast. Wherever you are in the world in lockdown, we are here to whisk away your brain and waste away those hours. My name is Renee Church. I'm joined from a different location because we are not isolating together. Eat 'em on, everybody.
Hey. Lockdown is just a state of mind. Like age, you know? It's just a state of mind. You're in your house, but your imagination is free. You can go anywhere you want. You can create math challenges for Facebook for people to do and then tag other people so that they do the challenges. Use your brain.
Have you done many of those?
No, I've tried one. And then somebody else, I tried one and then they said, oh, try harder. And I said, no, I'm not going to try harder. It's done.
Yeah.
And then people just keep tagging me to do things where I have to do a thing and then tag another 3 people.
There were people tagging you to do stuff. That sucks when people do that.
What's happening? It's like 2005 again. It was like the beginning of Facebook. It's not people are bringing it back. It's not a retro thing. I don't know why the hell they're doing it.
It really is. Those kind of tag your mates and do this challenge and share this post and stuff. That's very old school and it's not fun. It's not funny in an ironic way. It just seems very dated and there's not really a way to make it fun and ironic, you know?
Yeah, and then if somebody puts it on and you're like, "Oh, it's so good, I'll do it," and then you just do reply with an answer or something, and then they send you a DM saying that because you replied to that, you made a comment to that post, you have to now do this to 3 other people and copy paste the post on your own timeline.
I hate getting messages. I like a photo when then all of a sudden you get a message from them and you're like, I didn't want this. I just wanted to like your photo. I was being nice. Now you've made it a problem.
Yeah, I want to do the minimum level of engagement that is required on Facebook. I just want to see how your life is going. I don't want to engage with you.
I agree, 100%. I just, I'll like a picture and I'll keep scrolling. I don't want to hear about that again.
No,
you know?
No, none of that.
I agree.
None of that.
I saw at our work group chat sent through a photo of, it was like one of those math challenges. It was like, if a guy has it was like 2 shoes and then the next photo was like 2 men and then the next photo was like 2 it's just like how much does it cost I can't be bothered.
We're not in school again. It's not I mean what I think because children are at home, so people are just trying to learn maths through Facebook rather than
sad, man.
So that's so that they can teach their children. So I don't know.
It's a sad state of affairs, but I'm super glad that I don't have like a child at home besides Danger. I don't have a like a child to educate because I feel like I would drive myself insane.
Yeah, you don't need that, and it's fine. I mean, it's a hard time to have children all the time at home. It seems that way, like because children don't really sit still until unless you put heroin in them. If you get them addicted to heroin right at the start, I think they won't really bother you that much. But I think that's not healthy.
No, it's not like medical advice. I would say.
It's not the advice of Ministry of Health.
Yeah, no. I'm really good at just sitting and doing nothing. So I can't imagine what it would be like for people who's like, I just want to get out and do this stuff. Like that would be hell. For extroverts, I feel for you because it must be so tough not wanting to listen to podcasts all day like I do.
It's hard for the extroverts because they get energy from other people, right? They want to talk to people. Like we have a very good friend of ours, friend of the show, and has been a host in the show as well. Liv McKenzie. She's a bit of an extrovert.
She is.
Is that correct?
I talked to her on the phone the other day, and because she's down in Christchurch with her family, but she was like, I just want to go to the Classic Comedy Club and just have a party. Like, I just want to see all my mates and socialize. I was like, man, that must be so hard because I don't, I'm good. But for people like Liv, she lives on that stuff.
Yeah, That's true. It's insane. Well, it's crazy, but I'm enjoying. I'm kind of enjoying. I'm still working because I
Mm,
work in an industry which is still working. So when people tell me that, oh my god, I'm so bored, I said, well, okay, that's fine, but you're bored, and the sad part of it is you might not have any income. At least I'm working and I have an income, which is good.
exactly, exactly. It's I feel like if I was an essential worker and I was at work, I would feel jealous of everyone not doing anything.
Yeah,
I would
that's
feel I'm
true.
kind of lucky that I don't get to do anything because I feel like if I had to work through this, I'd be like, oh, rip off.
Yeah, my wife's an essential worker, and she does not like working. And I mean, she's working in a very essential business. It's not even a business. She's a nurse,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's really essential work. And she's like, I don't want to work.
Yeah, because it's
So
it's it's like harder work for the nurses, but everyone else is at home, so it's really a doubly hard for them because they're working
yeah,
extra hard and
and then also when the lockdown and everything ends, they keep working. It's not like they get a 4 months holiday, four
exactly.
weeks holiday. They don't get a extra holiday for working during the time when everybody else was not having a holiday but at home.
I feel
So
like this is
it's a bit of a
payback
weird
for me
thing.
working all through Christmas and New Year and working like 12 hours on Boxing Day.
What's the shoe? How's the shoe business? I mean, I think people are okay with the shoes. They don't need new shoes,
No,
so I think
they're
it's
they're
fine.
not. Then we're not. We're not working at the moment, so people are,
All
and you
right.
don't wear shoes. I have. This has been the longest stretch of time not wearing shoes for me.
That's good. Yeah, and my feet thank me all the time. It's like, hey, Ed, we thank you for not suffocating us all the time and walking on it.
Exactly.
So it's so good. It's so fantastic. That was Jeremy.
Oh,
It's my
I love Jeremy.
alter ego.
Jeremy,
Jeremy's.
how's your toe fungus going? Well, because he's not wearing shoes anymore, so his feet are really
No,
coming along.
it's getting better. Jeremy is
I'm
happy.
so happy for
Jeremy's
Jeremy. I am
so
using this
no
time though to wear to. I've got a pair
to
of Doc
reflect
Martens that.
and talk to your family and no, not that. What are you doing?
No, I'm a I've got a pair. I got a pair of Doc Martens I bought like a year ago, and I just you have to really wear them in, and I'm a very sort of tiny little person, so it's hard for me to
Hmm.
wear these shoes in because they're quite uncomfortable. But I'm gonna use this time to just wear them around the house and really break them in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a big brand, right? Doc Martin.
Yeah,
What is it? A boots? Is it? Are they do they do boots and shit?
yeah, they're boots. They're like leather, really hard wearing, last for years boots, and they do like shoes and brogues and sandals, but they're known for their boots. I think they were like used in I don't know if it's the military, but they were used for that kind of thing back in the day, and then they became kind of fashionable.
It was a British show as well.
Dog
Doc
Martin.
Martin. Yeah, it was
Man,
like
that's a throwback,
when
eh?
yeah. Doc Martin was an old British doctor who does stuff. I think was it like a house like situation?
Yeah, he would go to people's houses. I remember watching it like we went camping as a family once and we were watching it. We got reception on a TV at the campsite. And I
Hmm.
remember like watching it with my parents and my grandparents and my grandma just being like, "Oh, I just can't stand his lips and his ears
What?
because he's got like quite like big lips."
that's that's very specific. She can't stand the lips and the ears of
Yeah.
Dr.
No,
Martin.
my grandma's like that. It's sort of a thing. It's a thing for older people, I think, to really get annoyed with a specific thing on the television. Like my
Yeah.
grandparents would always complain. They'd always be like, "Oh, the weatherman, he always uses his hands in this weird way. I can't stand it. I turn it off." Like it's how old
Well,
people are.
the, the weather is not that important. The hand movement is
Is like that's a
quite
deal breaker for them.
distracting.
They can't do it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
I
crazy. So
know.
I'm looking at Doc Martens. They look quite
They're
flash,
cool,
but I think
man.
they're on your tiny feet. They would look so
They
big. Did
do.
you get what size did you get?
I got a size. I don't even know. They're upstairs in the sun because I've rubbed them in oil because I'm trying to get them to soften. Um, but they
Rub them in oil?
it's like a balm. It's
Oh,
like a Doc Martens balm. You rub the all over with a little sponge, and then
tiger balm.
yeah, I guess so. It's called
Yeah.
Wonder Balm, and you can do it on the inside. I've just done it on the outside. It softens the leather. You put it in the sun, it soaks it all up, and then you wear them, and they're a bit softer. They're easier to break in.
So you don't get blisters and shit.
Well, you kind of do, but it just
Oh.
it just makes it a
Is
little
it
bit
an
easier.
okay?
Yeah.
That makes some
Like a
sense.
mold to the
That's
shape of
good.
your feet, so you just got to help it along with that.
Mold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're good
That's
shoes.
good.
They're good. They'll last you a long time, but they're just very high duty, and I'm a little tiny person, so it takes me a lot
That's
to wear them in.
You will develop really good calves walking in them because
Calf,
they're
you mean calf
heavy.
cow?
Yeah. Oh, that's a throwback. I was looking through our names, the names that we give to our show. They're pretty exciting names. I was going through the list and I was like, oh, these are funny names. If you take them out of context, they're hilarious.
I reckon that we're really funny. I reckon that our
Yeah.
names, that should be really drawing the people in as our
I mean,
hilarious names.
hilarious names, not the content inside. I mean, I remember one of our highest listened shows is yesterday's flounder, today's diarrhea.
There was
That
like a
is
third show or something, right?
no, that is one of the more recent one in the past 3 months, but it does seem like quite far
Yeah, it seems like ages
in
ago.
the history. Yeah, so that was quite good, and we've done well with the names. I'm not sure about the content there, but
No, but if you like the content, let us know. We're on all social medias, facebook.com/baboon yodel, twitter.com/baboon yodel. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere, man. Get with it.
yes, definitely. While talking about lockdown and shit, have you been binging The Bachelorette?
No, I've done
Or
it. I've finished the bit. It finished a week ago.
you got to tell me what happened. The thing is
Oh
that
yeah.
there's been some developments, but let me know what happens because it seems weird that it had two people. It had two.
Yeah. Okay, so I've been training to tell people about Bachelorette my whole life. They begun the show with Dr. Lucina. She was the Bachelorette, and they had, I don't know, 20 guys or something. And then a couple weeks into it, they announced that there was going to be another Bachelorette also playing the game, basically. And so they had Lily come in, who is the Bachelorette. She was a Bachelorette on a Bachelor season from a couple of years ago. So they had
I think she went to the final or something.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
She came to the final and she was like a surfer lady, and she was very different from everyone, and she was like cool.
Yeah.
Lily McMango. What was her name?
Lily McManus.
Lily McManus.
McMango.
Okay.
Yeah. So her and Lucina were both on the show, and they each had their own group of guys that they were doing the Bachelor process with. And so Lucina at the end, she decided she had a guy that she was really into, and throughout the whole competition, we're like, okay, these two have a really good connection. I feel like they could end up together at the end. And then as it went on, you could see who she kind of was having second guesses about being on this entire show, and then she ended up with no one. She just said no to everyone, which was kind of a bit disappointing, which was good that they had Lily, because Lily ended up with Richie, who we all kind of thought she would end up with, and they seem very happy together and very it's a happy ending for that. So
all right. Did they have like sex in there? Was there like sexual? Was there like a lot of sex involved?
I mean,
Was there like sexy?
we didn't see it, but Lily was really into a bit of the passion, Lily's a very sort of kissy lady. So her and Richie especially, they had a few steamy moments.
Not lockdown appropriate.
No, too rude. But you could see that they were quite into each other.
All right, so they were pashing each other quite a lot.
Oh yeah,
because I saw a couple of episodes just ironically to make fun of, and
cool, man.
I mean, I kind of enjoyed them, but I did make fun of them as well. It was when they went to Argentina. Did you see that? See those episodes? You
they were in
those
Argentina
episodes?
for like 20 years. It felt like they were there for like the whole season.
And also, I think they were like doing it cheap because they were not showing like the big nice stuff of Argentina. They were like in stupid alleys and small apartments, and then they had challenges of breaking stuff in somebody's garage. They were going in there
Oh,
and
yeah.
just breaking TVs and all that. I said, where is Argentina? Show us the Argentina where they go on
Where's
barbecues
the
and dancing,
history?
and where's the history? None of that. I think they didn't pay anything. They just went there and then are just trying to do it cheap.
For sure. 100%.
No, no, going into empty basketball
Oh,
places
yeah.
and having basketball challenges with the men, and the scene was so freaking insane. It was like everybody just wearing slow motion, just wearing their white t-shirts or vests and being all sweaty
They
and
could have just gone to
dirty.
Victoria Park for that, eh?
Yeah, they could have just done that. And we didn't know that they were in Argentina. They could have just had it or filmed it here in South Auckland in a
Yeah.
basketball court. I'm definitely sure
For sure, I
of
know.
that.
But I mean, and they were in Argentina for a long time, like so much so that everyone was like, "Why are they still there?" So I don't know what necessarily the point was of staying there for that long. Like, stay there for a little bit,
Mm.
but they seem to do the whole show there.
Did you think? I thought that all the men in there were kind of like very stupid.
There was a couple of them that were, on the dumber side, or just
Yeah.
it's hard in New Zealand. A few of them were real catches. A few of them were real good-looking dudes. Had a lot going for them, but for some
Anybody
reason,
had a big dick?
especially with Lucina, like there was quite a few good options for her. Like she had, there was this guy Mike who was a real good-looking dude, but he got frustrated with her not opening up and asked her about it a few times that
What do you
he
mean
felt like
opening up, putting out?
no, just like opening, like just kind of sharing how she felt about him.
Oh, from the heart. Okay. Not for,
It's not that bad. But yeah, and so he got really frustrated and ended up leaving. But she did like him, but he left. And then there
Mm.
was this other guy that she had a really good connection with, but he ended up having a hernia and had to like leave Argentina. So like she had a few good options, but then for one reason or another, she ended up with two of the like duds. I think she got to the end of the show and was just like, oh, I don't want to date any of these men. I've made a mistake.
Yeah, and I saw a few scenes when they would like passion stuff, and that was quite. It went quite intimate. They weren't doing pashing like first date pashing. It was more of a like a ninth date pashing, which was like the hands were going everywhere, and then the tongues were like all checking out the size of the teeth and all that. So it was quite deep pashing, all of the pashing. I
I
mean, I
know.
would rate the pashing quite high in the whole show. I think that was the best part of the whole show, that the pashing was quite high quality. The show was like very low quality, but
But
the
the
pashing
passion was
was.
like Hollywood level.
Yes, but though they did so with any of these kind of shows, it kind of slips out in the real lives as well. So there's been a news item. We've had a big intro,
Breaking
and
news.
we've breaking news, right? Breaking news. They've been Lily McMango and
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Richie
Oh yeah, boinks.
Richie Boinks. Lily McMango and Richie Boinks. They've been seen in public, not by just regular
By
people.
their own
They've
phones, no less.
but they're through their own phones, through the social media. So what they've been doing then during a lockdown, what happened is that they went um, into a supermarket, right?
Which you're allowed to do.
And you're allowed to go to the supermarket. However, it is recommended that one person from the household
True.
goes to the supermarket. You don't go in couples and just hang out
You're so
in
true.
there,
You're so right.
right? You go there, you have a list, you do your
Maybe
shopping.
there's an
and you-
extension for like the Bachelorette and the Bachelor can go because they're,
oh,
the king and
yeah,
queen of New Zealand.
like they are essential.
You're
They're
essential
essential.
workers. They're an essential
They're
couple, so they
essential.
can go together.
All right, yeah, that's true. They might have a separate card or something. It says the card just says "stupid people." So they so they went in there. They were walking around doing the thing, and they hung out there for a while, and then then they shared stupid as photos on Instagram while they are showing themselves licking stuff from the shell
Yeah, it was
with
a bottle, like a carton of Golden Pash, which is like a drink. So,
Pash. Oh, we were just talking
well,
about
that's
Pashes.
the point, is that they were making a joke, pretending to lick really closely this like carton of Golden Pash.
Like a pun photo.
Yeah, so they were trying to make a joke, and they were like both pretending to like lick it, and their tongues were
Mm.
getting close to the carton, and everyone's freaking out because they're like, "Don't do that! You're gonna get coronavirus from a Golden Pash, mate."
Yeah, yeah. That will be one of the things, when it all ends and then they list out things that, oh, it was a bat or a pangolin or a golden pash
Or a McMango.
juice or a McMango
But
or
yeah,
yeah, that's it's crazy. And then on the internet and everywhere else, it was titled as inappropriate and tone deaf.
I agree. I saw the post
Uh,
before it went and made the headlines. I just saw her posting it, and I was like,
oh,
"Ooh, not
you
on
got like
board."
a first, you got like first view.
I did,
You were like one of the
and
first
I
ones.
was questioning it when I saw it. I was like, "This is not a good idea, guys."
No, you don't lick.
Pull it.
I mean, and that's not a good way to pash as well anyway, right? You've showed people how to pash in the whole program. You've been pashing like warriors, right? You've been pashing like role models in the show. And now you go in a supermarket and just stick your tongue out. Is that a good way to pash? No, that's not a good way to
No,
pash. If they were to have a good pash, they should have shown a good pash and just get the virus anyway, So, but oh, pineapple juice. It
yeah,
was oh no,
yeah.
it was a tropical. It was a tropical because I see on the box I see a pineapple and an apple and a pear. Oh,
So you've
interesting.
never had Golden Pash before?
Oh, I had a sexy pash, but never had a golden pash. I've never had.
I had a
I should
sexy
give it a go.
pash. Cool, man.
Yeah. You can't, I'm a man, So all my passions are sexy, you know what I mean? Right? Yeah, baby. So,
Yeah. So they've come under fire. I can't say I disagree with the people, because they need to pull their heads together or pull their heads in and set a better example for their followers.
yeah, I mean, it's good in regular circumstances. It would be good, and it's fine to have a joke about it. It's great, but the thing is that what they're doing is kind of a stupid thing because what has happened now, if you must have seen that there was another dude in Christchurch who was just walking around coughing at people. Do you see
Oh,
that?
not
There's a
really.
Yeah, he's going to go to jail for that.
Yeah, fair
And then
enough. Did he have
yeah,
coronavirus?
he was claiming. I didn't think he had one. He It was claimed that he's a 38-year-old, but it seemed like he was a 49-year-old.
Ooh, sick burn, bro. Sick burn. You got his ass.
Yeah, got him. I think this burn is gonna get him worse than the jail time is gonna do. So he's gonna go to jail. And then there's been some idiots who have been spitting on police officers. There's like
Yeah.
8 cases a couple of days back that the people were just spitting on police officers, which is stupid as
It's
well.
so stupid.
It's not a
I
joke.
saw one that was like a guy did actually have COVID-19, and he was
Yeah.
spitting, and then the police officer had COVID-19.
It's
It's just
hardcore.
so bad. It's just so irresponsible of people. Do you see that group of
Yeah.
people in Queenstown were like having a party a couple of years ago?
What? No, no, no. What's the story?
Oh, there was just like I guess a group of young people all decided to have a party at their house in Queenstown and invite people over, and there was like 60
Oh
people, and
yeah.
they got busted.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard about that, and that the same thing, the same kind of thing happened in Dunedin as well when students had a party on St. Patrick's Day.
It's just, don't be an
Uh,
idiot.
this just it's just a thing, and then they follow these kind of people like Richie Boink and Lily McMango. So they, but I think the story died. I don't think that they're all very important. I think that's what happens with these reality show people. It's just they just fade away.
They really do. Once the run is over, they do disappear. But at the
Because there's
time, when
just
the
no
TV
real
show's on, you're
talent.
like, these people are never gonna leave my life. These people are my whole life. And then they
Yeah.
end up just disappearing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. All right. So how would you rate it as compared to Married at First Sight, Love Island, and what's the other one? Some other bullshit.
I
Beauty and the Geek.
sorry?
There was another show called Beauty and the Geek.
Oh
Have
my
you ever saw that?
I would love to watch Beauty and the Geek again. That was a real time.
Yeah. That was a good show.
I mean, last year's Married at First Sight, as you know, I was full into. I was absolutely I surrendered myself to. This year I did not watch Married at First Sight. Um, but I watched The Bachelorette. So I would say I enjoy a good Bachelorette New Zealand
Mm-hmm.
the most, but you know, it changes from day to day, whatever's on, you know?
Yeah. I saw Married at First Sight a few episodes, but I did think that a lot of the contestants in there, like the men, were extremely jacked for a regular person.
Yeah, there's only so
And
much like fake lips and fake boobs and
what's with the lips? It's good you mentioned it. What's happening with the lips? There's a lip thing going on. There's like a some kind of, is there a bee stinging people in their lips and then there's got swollen and then it stays for a while? What's with the
it's
swollen
insane,
lips?
eh? It's like and shows like Married at First Sight, that's where these l big-lipped injection women, they flock to these TV shows. It's crazy, like
Your grandparents would not like it.
no, even I'm turning into my grandparents because it's I personally don't like lip injections. I don't like the look on people with lip injections. It's not for me. I just feel like
It's fine though. People can do it. It's
oh,
fine
yeah,
though.
I
But
mean,
it's
and
like
people do it, but it's just, you know, there's something about it that makes me just go, oh. And the TV show, like more and more of them have got lip injections on these shows, and it's just like it's hard to watch. Hard to hear everything they've got to say when they're just like flicking their hair behind their shoulders and being like, I don't think you're here for the right reasons. I'm like, ugh.
That's a good way to put it, and the whole show is weird because they have dinner parties. I think usual dinner parties don't happen like that, so that's a weird thing.
A dinner
And then
party's
they
meant
have
to be a
commitment
nice, fun
ceremonies.
time.
Yeah, and then they have like commitment ceremonies. I mean, I've been married for a while now. I haven't had a commitment ceremony yet. I got to do that, so just to renew
You gotta check in with the
my
experts.
check in with the experts and bring like a card and put it in there that I would stay or leave,
Yeah.
or something like that. It's gonna be an intense week next week
I know. We should
because
okay, when we
you know,
come back next week, I'm gonna expert you. I'm gonna be like, now you've had another week of you and because basically being on Married at First Sight, you're kinda in isolation anyway.
yeah.
So like so I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna be like, you've had your week staying with your partner, you're newlywed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is it a stay or a leave today?
Mm-hmm. It's undecided
Oh, you
indefinitely.
can't do that. That's like cliffhanger for the next episode.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy, and we'd have our ad on TV3 come on and say, the most devastating commitment ceremony that you have ever seen.
Tune
Uh,
in next week, and then it's just yeah, uh,
just me sitting in my shorts. Yeah, we got
just sitting in your shorts.
shorts. Yeah, doing a commitment ceremony on my just right after watching a Netflix show and having some noodles and just checking out with the
God,
experts.
are we here living our best lives at the moment? Eh, we're just sitting in our shorts and eating noodles.
Yeah,
So
that's
good.
that's freaking great. Anyway, people are dying as well, so
They are.
that's it. Oh, speaking of people dying, you know what's today?
What?
It is 10th of April,
Yep.
and you know what happened on 10th of April?
Jesus.
Well, that's okay. That's not that important. The most important thing on 10th of April was that Titanic
Oh,
went on its first maiden voyage. What does maiden mean?
a woman. Aren't all boats
Okay.
females?
All right, it's maiden. When somebody says first maiden voyage, isn't that doesn't that mean that successful voyage
I'm gonna have a look. What does maiden
mean in terms of
voyage mean?
first? Yeah,
Maiden
that's true.
maiden voyage, noun, plural, maiden voyage, nautical, the first trip of a vessel in its intended duty. I
Okay,
want to watch
so that
Titanic now.
yeah, you should watch it. I mean, it's like a true story. Wasn't it a true story? Okay, we are back
Oh,
again. Even
sorry, guys, we disappeared. What were we talking about?
we were talking about
Oh,
Titanic.
marriage and stuff.
No,
Oh
Titanic.
yeah, sorry, Titanic. Yeah, I know. I want to watch Titanic again.
Yeah, you should watch it because I mean it has the best actor in there when he was quite young, looked like 12,
Leonardo,
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
he's great, eh?
It was so good. I was so obsessed with him. When the movie came out in the late 90s, I I tried to get the hair that he had, right? And for months I tried that. It did not work out because I have very thick hair, he doesn't. And even though I had good hair, but I didn't realize that I had better hair than him. But I was just struck down by star power.
You did. You didn't have some floppy Caucasian hair.
No, I had thick, thick Asian, South Asian hair,
You did, and you're blessed to have that.
Uh,
I wish my hair was thicker.
well, yeah, actually, you should have had thicker hair, and I am better than you.
Well, I mean, it's not a competition. I was just born two kinds of white, so I was born
Yeah,
Irish and Scottish.
I think we're Irish and Scottish. And which one was the gluten person?
I think my mum.
Do you
I
think in your past people had gluten allergies and they just lived with it?
100%.
You know,
That's why people died when they were 32, like Jesus.
They're like, oh, they were like, oh, I always am sick because I'm eating bread all the
Yeah, of
time.
every meal. No, I don't think I
Every
got
meal.
my celiac from anyone. I think just because I was born so early and I had a few complications when I was in the womb. So I think I've as a result of that I'm celiac, I think.
Life was complicated in the womb.
Yeah, the whole thing.
The
It
whole
wasn't
thing.
necessarily a genetic thing. It's just a
The whole thing. There were lots of things.
it
All
really
right.
was.
Well, that's good. That's good. But anyway, what we were talking about? Oh, Titanic. Yes.
Mm.
So you want to watch that? I think we should watch that again. And what happened on that Titanic was that there was an old lady, right, who had no, she that was a story. But I think this is the day when Titanic sailed, and 3 days later, on the 15th of April, it died.
It
I
died,
mean,
y'all. It
it
sank.
it hit a thing, and then it broke in half, and then it
It
sank.
hit a
And
thing.
iceberg.
Yeah, it did, and
Uh,
it went down. It's crazy, and it's still there, right? It's still like
it's still
I
there
remember as a kid,
downstairs.
it just
There's
blew my
got
mind that it was like, oh, the Titanic is sitting below, like in the ocean somewhere. That's insane.
it's still there. SpongeBob lives there, I think now, but
No, he lives in a
it's
pineapple under the sea.
oh, is that a pineapple?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 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 exactly,
a
exactly.
golden
I
pash.
think Golden Pash. So yeah, so the remains are still there. I don't know why I mentioned it. I thought that would be an interesting fact to bring in these horrible times. But it turns out the movie was good, but the actual event was extremely horrible. So I've doubled down on the horrible. So I'm sorry about
You
that.
really did. But a terrible tragedy for some, a great blockbuster movie, and a money hog for others.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the guy has made a lot of money out of Titanic,
Yeah,
and it gave us a look at the boobs of Kate
it
Winslet.
did.
So that's the positive that came out of that. So I think we should all be happy about that.
I mean, men have generally felt pretty good about it.
Oh, what about I think it was a big thing about heterosexual women as well because they were like crazy for Leonardo DiCaprio's, the um, pants and what was under it. So I mean, They didn't show it. I mean, if you're showing boobs of Kate Winslet, you need to show Leo's dick.
You need to show Leo's dick.
Because that's not feminism. That's not
I
equality. You
agree.
gotta show Leo's dick.
The scene when they're in the car and it's all steamy and then the hand is on the window.
Yeah.
That's it. I think
Yeah.
that hand is a New Zealand woman's hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
That's what our claim to fame.
Oh my god, that's insane. I mean, they show it that it was such a great time and they had a good time in the car. But I think the car sex is a very
Sexy.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it seems like it would be. I mean, although those old
Maybe she was trying to get out.
Those old cars had a lot of room in the back. They really did. They had really, because it was designed to fit all like 10 of your kids that you had. So there was probably a lot of room back there.
Oh, we should bring those back because then we all can have sex in the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Is that
anyway?
Does that count as your bubble?
Well, yeah, it is. It does count, but because if it's in your garage,
if it's parked,
you don't have to go to a beach to just have sex in the car. You can just have it in the house. Just walk downstairs in the garage and use the car. Just to mix things up.
You got to get through quarantine somehow.
Somehow, dude, get that car some sex vibes. Get that seat some juices.
Ew.
Without getting dirty.
God damn it, Ed.
So that is a good. I think that is a good point to end the podcast because we have doubled down on the sadness. We have discussed a few things. I wonder what we will name the show.
Yeah, what
No
can we?
I don't know.
What can we name it? I'm sure we'll figure something out. Golden Pash.
Golden Pash McMango.
That seems quite cryptic.
All right. Okay.
Golden.
What?
The Pashlorette.
The Pashlorette. That's good.
What else do we talk about? I don't know.
Pashlorette. Titanic. Yeah.
We should just call it Titanic.
Yeah, we should call it Titanic, or we should just call it Leo's dick.
Leo's dick. Maiden voyage.
Call that. Leo's dick's maiden voyage.
Oh god.
Would that go? I think we can do that. I think we can.
We'll take this off air and we'll see what we.
We can go. This is behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes.
People do. They love behind the scenes.
People love behind the scenes. I mean, don't have sex behind the scenes, but people love to hear what we talk about behind the scenes.
They do.
People
love us. If you do love us and you want to let us know, don't forget to go to facebook.com/BabinYodel, Twitter /BabinYodel, or Instagram. You can email us at babinyodel@gmail.com if you have something to say. If you've got, let us know your sort of lockdown boredom busters. What have you been up to that you're passing the time? Let us know. We might read them out on the air.
And send us pictures of lockdown pashes. If you're having a pash within the bubble, within the lockdown, not in the supermarket, send us a picture. We'll have a look and see what we do with ourselves.
Ed will have a look. They're more for Ed, I would say.
Yeah,
personal photo album.
I'll share it with Danger as well, of course.
Well, okay. Well,
if you want to see it, it's fine. Unless if somebody sends Leo's dick, then obviously I'll send it to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
I think you have. I think you like receiving dick pics of celebrities.
Only sort of the top tier celebrities,
If they send it,
yeah. I don't want some random person
sending you Leonardo DiCaprio's dick.
I definitely don't want dick pics. I cannot express that enough that I do not want to receive dick pics.
Do not send us your dick pics. I think we've asked them not to. I think we're going to receive some.
Send us hate mail, though.
Hate mail. We love hate mail. Death threats. We love them.
We love it. Get us your death threats.
All right. Great. Okay. So that's done. Are we done?
We are done. Have a great rest of the week, guys. See you later. And stay safe. Stay local. Stay in your bubble.
Save lives.
Bye.